Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Shadows vs. Legion in the Shadow Podcast. I'm your host, Tony the Source as Assassin, and today we still have Sen Poppy Break, who's actually not late, but he says he's always late, and Midnight Cigar, who took a shower but looks dry. All right, so today, our usual stuff. First, light up a cigar. I'm interested to find out how long would it take before Eric going, I just smoke something else. I can't smoke this ITS every single day.
I don't know. It's my baby.
This is my third one today. This is my third one today.
Third one. Yeah, damn.
I only smoked it this afternoon, so this is my third one today.
Look at this beautiful thing.
This is my first, my second cigar of the day, but first ITS of the day. I don't have the luxury of having not endless supply, but
it's
more
not
of a
endless
supply.
supplies to us either. It's
I
not
know that's what I say. I corrected myself. Not endless. You guys have a little bit more obtainable, reaches to get the cigar more.
Like for us, I think Eric's almost out. He have like 4 boxes left.
Yep.
While only 4 boxes, while I have only a box left. Well, but a quarter.
Think of it this way, all right? Being the person that makes it, and then you gotta go like, man, all I have is 4 bucks left. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. You have to figure it out. I mean, if you think about it, for like say 4 boxes is 80 sticks. And he smoked 1 or 2 a day. He only got a month left.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just we need to end up getting more. Just for ourselves.
And for me.
That will be, yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work. I had to talk to the factory to see like how do I make just a few thousand.
Few thousand just between you two?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my humidor is empty. I thought I'm not getting enough space, but now I have more than enough.
Now he had to collect more boxes, put it in there. Hey Jesse. His cigar social. Oh, he's still kind of sick. He can't smoke it yet. Yeah. So right now we're still in like recovery mode. I think it feels like it because like when we come back, we have so much social media, right? We're just like posting everything out of the social media from time to time, and I think I like every day. I feel like I didn't even like bother schedule them anymore. I just keep pumping them out because I don't want to deal with that anymore. I feel like to this point, our content will no longer be the same anymore. Like I don't even think I'll regularly pump out cigar reviews anymore.
No, our content my content gonna start changing. So
because once you guys become like a brand owner, it's a different light. Because now that you represent your brand, you want to respect other brands almost in the same like how they might respect yours. So it's like it becomes like this more professional level compared to just being a standard reviewer where
shit is good, man.
I get what you guys mean. Like once you're a part of the business, now you gotta act like you're part of the business because you are part of the business.
Your retro hell is fucking beautiful.
It almost feel like Eric's making up all the time he talks shit about his own cigar.
I still gonna start shit about it. Leave my cigar alone. It's good as fuck though.
Yeah, I love the initial spice.
It's just weird that you say up this humidity on. No. You want this thing doesn't like a lot of humidity.
Dude, I have not. Dude, My cigar is not even inside a humidor.
Yeah, all my cigars outside.
Yeah,
All my cigars outside.
Not
This
even
cigar does not like to
humidified.
be wet.
I send out all the packages, no humidity pack.
How dare you? How dare you do this? And every time I send out the bill without sending it out, you bitch at me about it.
Because
This
I
thing
know
doesn't like
because
humidity.
I know my own cigar. That's why.
Yeah, this thing doesn't like a lot of humidity.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah, I keep it in the box still. I haven't put any in my humidor. I just keep it in the box. And if I ever feel like it's a little bit dry, I'll probably just put like a 64% humidity packet of BBD in it and call it a day.
Yeah, you just need enough so this thing doesn't crack. That's it. That's all you need it. And then start smoking it. It's gotta
Because
burn
the
nice.
leaf that's in it, the leaf that's in it is it doesn't like humidity, man.
It's the oil on the leaf. So too much humidity is preventing it. You'll actually have tighter draw, in my opinion. You just want the oil to burn. You got the spice.
I ain't got
Please
no
do that.
spice, man.
Spice is nice.
I taste it, just nice dark sweetness.
I haven't got there yet. Like, I only got the initial spice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my uncle was sold on the cigar. The first bowl, because he loves spicy cigars. So that first
Who?
initial, my uncle,
Oh, okay.
when he tried it, he's like, whoa. Okay. I like that.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
So I look at my mailing shit again, my receipt.
And then?
Somebody gonna receive a double.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They messed up.
So
They messed up.
they messed up, but like, so who's missing?
I know exactly who. I went through the list. I have to go through it. I checked like 3 times, like fucking Santa.
So who?
Checking the
So you
list.
do know who's missing? You had to send that out. One
Yeah,
out.
I have to send that out. Yeah.
Checking it twice.
How do you mess? You are the one that write down the address. Why is it them that messed it up?
I don't know. I didn't write the double address. I know that.
No, if you write the address on there, so even if they charge you for the wrong region, you'll still go there.
You sure?
Yeah, unless they print out a label that has the address on it. Or else
Of course, they all print out label, bro. What are you talking about?
No, you can send out where they put the post. They just put out a postage. That's it.
You sure?
Well, it depends. If they print out a label, it goes to label. If they print out just a barcode and the postage, it goes to where.
I don't know. I went to the post office. They just print it out and slap it on in the back. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I got resent it though. But I was like, I know who can get the double too.
Yeah. To see it live fixing
Is
itself.
there someone that's gonna enjoy the double? That's the question.
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, if they enjoy it, I don't mind.
That's cool. You see the embers. You can see it live fixing.
On the side, yeah. This cigar burns relatively nice. And like even if you light up wonky, it'll burn back. Like you can see the side start to burn back to even burn, which I like. Who's got a double? I don't know. I don't mind because it's out of his stash. So
somebody got a double. That's all I can say.
Damn it. Fucking Jesse and James.
like I don't mind because he had to deal with that.
Yeah. Fucking $200 something in shipping.
That's crazy. I don't know why you do that. Like why you end up shipping the thing with that crazy shipping.
What else am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it?
How I usually do it is do it for the envelopes.
Yeah, I don't have the envelopes.
Yeah.
Presidente, I will sneak out to hang out with you in Orlando.
Yeah. Headphones. Why is my headphone sound so low? I don't know. It just sound very
Open
very
the
low.
door, close the door. I am so confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. Like sometimes I hear it gets loud, sometimes I hear it gets very little.
Let me put my gain all the way up and start screaming.
Yeah. I don't know. It's as loud as it gets.
A, B, C, D.
I can hear you, it's just not very loud. Yeah, don't have to sing that song.
Your
Ooh.
headphones out of battery.
No, my headphone is definitely just brand new charged. And like I have the knob cranked all the way up too, so I don't know.
Oh, you're live. Stop
What
touching your
happened
knob.
when you're not using a certain setup and then you come back and you're a different setup again? You're like, So yeah, the event. Let's talk about the afterthought. What you thought? What you guys think about the event, how it went, and all that stuff? Like, you know, talk about your afterthought.
I feel the same. I don't feel anything different.
What's the day for the ITS smoke? That is the 14th.
Sosa is under the weather.
Hmm?
Sosa is under the
He's
weather.
sick. I think he got a cold or something.
I mean, yeah, he's on Earth. He can't be over the weather. I'll be in space.
Okay. All right. So you say you feel the same, but what about during the event? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about the event itself? Like the
How do
over
I
the few
feel?
days.
The few days that I chilled there.
Yeah.
For the event, I don't know. I didn't have a. I don't know. I didn't feel anything. Tell the truth the whole entire time.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let me lead you into this. How do you feel about Arizona overall?
Desert.
Yes.
That's what I feel about it. It's an okay place. It's nothing. It looked beautiful. By like our president to say, I wouldn't live there.
Yeah. You know, I thought about it a few times. But the more I think about it, the more like there's nothing there.
What is there? There's. I love the casino. I'll give you that.
Well, I bet you do. Who doesn't love a casino that pays you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I choose a nice hotel, right? I choose a nice hotel. Hotel was nice. It was comfortable. You know, it's perfect for you, like, you know, people who doesn't want to go to sleep right away, want to get some
Like
money out of
the
it.
best thing. Like, I think if we stayed anywhere else, because I didn't want to sleep,
Mhm.
and that was like the best place. So.
And I think it's the thing, right? I think you don't want to sleep because you still had that adrenaline going.
No, I really wanted to, bro. We always stay up late, so
yeah, but keep in mind, their late is not current late. Their late is like a few hours back late.
Yeah, but I still follow the clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then like, you know, your first day there, you know, think about this, right? It's when it's midnight, 2:00. You gotta stay up to like 5:00. You stay up to 7. You didn't sleep.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to work, bro, I don't want to sleep. Don't you?
Domino, like, no. Then I was knocked out by 11. Yeah,
I know.
our Presidente is on the Eastern time. That's different. We're like 3 hours apart. So yeah, it was really, really late for us when we get back to the hotel and stuff like that. By the time I'm on the bathtub, you know, finish showering, whatever, like, it's out in the morning. Like, yeah, I'll just lie down for a little bit. Well, I was more hungry than anything. Every single night I was more hungry than anything.
I mean, I tried Whataburger for the first time. It was pretty all right.
What did you say?
I tried Whataburger for the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, we tried Whataburger like 3 times.
Well, yeah,
it's
we had
fast food until like I think other than breakfast for one day, it's all fast food. Yeah, it's all fast food. Oh, actually, no. Eric and I did
pizza. Oh,
pizza.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have no regular meal. I had nothing but fast food, either Whataburger or McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm surprised
pizza.
nobody got constipated.
with me, I don't know. It's weird. I don't like sitting in places that it's not my home. So I came home like LA traffic. I was so backed up. So I came home like, okay, time for me to lose 37 pounds.
In and out is better. I don't know. I just liked, it was just for convenience.
Mhm.
For convenience, we went like wherever that we can find, and in a Whataburger is just right there. Whataburger is just right there. So we did that. Our president didn't the pizza didn't sit right with him, but I actually liked it. I think that pizza tastes really good.
It was pretty good. I like the little honey.
This gotta be the new thing. Next time,
honey.
like when I order pizza over here, I'm gonna put some spicy sauce and then some honey on it. Because it tastes pretty good.
That was my first time.
I had
Also,
ostrich for the first time in the hotel. Oh yeah, because you know what? Our president did have a couple of like actual meal because he went with his wife and went upstairs for the meal and stuff. We didn't have any of those times to do it. Yeah.
and this is my first time ever seeing the desert. Never seen the desert ever. It was pretty cool.
Well, this is probably your first time seeing like a place that's barred or wired. It's like do not enter.
I see a lot of that. Remember, I grew up in the hood. There's a lot of barbed wire places that says "do not enter."
Well, they use different weapons. You go there, you get lead, or you can go there, you get arrows.
And mine was Dobermans or pit bulls that guarded the area. Most of the time, they're like the car dealerships. They have it with like barbed wires.
Our president said that he saw a few bodies at the desert. Really?
Few bodies, as in people who are
like dead body or animals. We saw horses. As
in dehydrated people that were getting like medical attention, or was it actually just like people who
went over and got shot? Oh, okay.
Oh,
you saw a few bodies. Oh, I missed out. I want to see that.
It was a good experience. That event was good. I enjoyed it.
I think the event went well. And what, looking back, obviously, giving Eric the microphone was a big mistake.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that needs to be tweaked for next time. This is the very first release, so obviously,
boys.
a lot of the.
I might have to get off.
Say it again.
I might have to get off.
Okay.
I think it's gonna hail.
You guys have a hail warning today?
We have a tornado in Oklahoma.
You don't live in Oklahoma.
Content.
Bro, I live 30 minutes away, right?
Yeah, but that's not you.
Bro, if you get taken, I want to see that live.
Bro, I don't want my car to get fucked up.
Again?
We should ask Joey. Joey, DFW has a storm coming.
What the hell?
What the hell? Met Bruce Brush for Karen Burger cigars last night, and wow, the new cigar halftime he gave me was so damn delicious.
Joey said yes.
Okay, tailgate. Okay.
Maybe try to pull a Martine and just live in your car.
He doesn't smoke cigar. Well, at least not cigars. Mike, you need to try the ITS cigar. If you come to the party, we'll give you one, but you didn't.
Yeah.
How's everything been received overall? Well, everybody who smoked and talked to us, we got good feedbacks or good reviews. But I'm just waiting for someone to post an actual review, because it's different when somebody decides to tell you about it versus someone actually go to make a review about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there are times where if I'm smoking in front of people, they ask me how the cigar is, I might go, yeah, it's okay. And then when I go home and I review the cigar, maybe weeks after, like this thing, I totally go at it. This thing's horrible. The band's not, I'll probably go at it. But so until I see actual review of the cigar, I don't know. Rick goes first. Yeah.
I will have a
Send me
review.
one to review. Mike, do you do reviews at all? Like, does your channel has reviews? You know, you could just buy one, or 5, or 20.
For 100.
I
the
don't
whole-
expect much by 100.
Does he really do reviews?
I don't know. Yeah, it's the anticipation that kind of kills me, because I know that Eric keep telling me, it's like, hey, no one's gonna review it day one. And it's like, if you don't review it day one, and you're not gonna edit the video to like day 15, I'm not gonna see a review until anytime soon.
Plus, fucking people have videos already in the making, in the queue. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's I know what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's waiting for that. It's like,
What you?
yeah,
waiting
when we review like Year of the Dragon stuff, we'll push it forward.
Yeah, because we want to.
Exactly, because we want to. So it
Yeah,
says
most
doesn't look like hail is coming, but it's gonna be nasty for a while, just in a little bit.
Okay, if there's no hell, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Should I trust you?
I know I'm gonna
I don't
review
care
it.
about water.
I'm gonna review the cigar, but most likely I'll have it like public maybe next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, like, I don't know, like your timing is weird, because you can have something that you want to release next Tuesday, then it get released for 3 months, but you can have something that you want to you have it set for like 2 months later, but I somehow show up tomorrow.
I'm trying to get the interview out. I had to do this. I had to do that. There's a lot of things I have to do editing wise.
You need to just forsake and sleeping.
I have. Trust me, I have. So that's why I'm saying it'll be out Tuesday. I'm trying to have the interview out. Maybe I'll have it up Thursday.
I do have the snippets of the interview out, like that. I think that people will be interested in it.
Mhm.
Few snippets. Obviously, if I give out every part of it, then it would be an interesting interview to watch. So I put some out, and
Yeah, I saw it. So that I'm currently editing the interview. I'm like 10 minutes in, so that'll be fully released most likely Thursday. That'll be most likely Thursday 12 p.m. EST.
Eastern time. I told Perringbird directly that she really missed an opportunity with. I don't get it. She really missed an opportunity with Esther Lee. No bias here. I didn't smoke that cigar yet, so I can't say anything about it.
What happened?
I don't know. Mike Tackett is talking about Karen Berger, but I don't know the person or that particular. I have not smoked that particular cigar. What direction would you say you guys went as far as the flavor profile? Dark and sweet. Yeah, dark and sweet. That's the direction.
Well, it's coming.
Well, you just hear
Guys.
wind. You don't hear. You can't hear hail. You hear wind.
Godzilla!
He
It's
should take the camera
coming.
with it and like run. You know, it's like this outside. Hey, mute it. Damn it.
Damn it! You can't hear his,
I
body
can't
getting
hear him
taken.
scream and like try running and move the chair and stuff like that. Damn it.
I don't hear my car.
Imagine you gotta file that.
No, it's like really strong, boy.
It's just wind, right? It's just wind. Winds are good. It's tornado. It's supposed to have wind. Or like storm. It's supposed to have wind. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Mike did that. The
My internet might go
floral.
out. So
this the Esteli cigar is floral tea like tasting. No, I want something sweet and chocolatey. Sweet and chocolatey. You are looking at it.
Right here. Well, not focus for some reason, but yeah, right here.
Have you guys tried La Panina? Yeah, we tried La Panina before.
Mm-hmm. I'm smoking this shit fast.
Have you? I'm already past the second ban. Where are you at?
gotta go.
I'm about to.
Gotta
I'm
go?
about to.
Yep.
Jump back up if you don't have to. I don't know if you like. It's just rain.
I gotta go.
Okay. Not just two of us.
Just the two of us. Dun, 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 dun. Just the two of us.
If you got a hail at the front side of the storm that's hitting right now, I don't know. But that's the funny part is that he's recording where his car is gonna be, so he has either record or the car have to park. So yeah,
Yes.
if you want a chocolate sweet cigar,
Yeah, it has a lot of good notes to it. Woodsy, espresso like.
oak,
Mhm.
chocolate, coffee, spice, leather, sweetness,
Mm-hmm.
caramel. What else? Pepper. Some people say cumin. Well, I don't know if there's cumin in here. I don't taste it, but some people did.
I get a little bit like a tad bit of earthiness here and there.
There's a little bit, and it depends on it's a random parts of earthiness, and it depends on the humidity on this one. Few people tasted salt, and I can tell you when
Okay.
I blended at Dominican, we did taste bits of salt, and that bits of salt probably came from the wrapper being really really wet.
Okay.
Probably taste bits of salt, but when it's dry, you're probably not gonna taste it.
Yeah, it's like the chocolate this since it's the second this is past the second third now. It's almost like you're getting like a brownie with a little sea salt on it.
Right, you get saltiness, but the bits of salt is completely different experience. When you taste bits of salt, it's not like your entire mouth tastes the salt. It's like, oh, I taste the salt on the left side. You can tell which side that is. It's salty. It
Mhm.
tastes like a kosher salt, like a piece of kosher salt when you taste it. So, I actually think that I don't know. I don't know how I make this cigar really. Like, almost like when I think back, it's like, how did I get so lucky? It feels like like a roulette table. You just throw it. You throw a bunch of things together and end up with a combo that works, right? Because there is thousands and thousands of combos, right? Even those finite, there's thousands and thousands of combos, and they are not gonna all work. Like
True.
this whole thing could have turned south and went the direction that the second sample that we do with a different binder and tastes like fish market. Like all the one that we blend could have tasted like crap. But I don't know how lucky we are to being able to find this one.
Because I was smoking the cigars, like I'm trying to find or trying to think of like obviously for the review stuff, I'll probably get more in depth with it on obviously. But like, I'm trying to see like combinations that may not work. Sometimes you have a cigar that has a good strong note, but they have like secondary notes that don't really mesh well. This cigar, I don't taste anything that doesn't mesh well.
Like for example, like some of the lighter cigars, they blend recently. I find out they use citrus,
Mhm.
Orange, whatever, like Ear of the Dragon. It's just so weird that it's in there. But for some people that they like it, for me it's just really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like eating orange but eating the tree bark as well.
Yeah. Like, there's combinations out there that's just obviously odd. Like I don't mind like putting ketchup with a burger. That's fine. That's natural. That's normal. But I like chocolate. It'd be weird to put ketchup on chocolate. That won't work well.
Actually,
It's
I
like-
don't know. I don't know if it will be weird to put ketchup on chocolate. To be honest with you,
It sounds weird. I know it,
ketchup works with a lot
Colombians-
of stuff.
yeah.
Ketchup works with a lot of stuff. It like weirdly works. Like it's like it just does.
Like,
It's like, okay, you will never think chili pepper works with chocolate. It works.
I could see that. I could see chili pepper working with chocolate.
There are people that eat pepper with chocolate. There are people that eat what's that thing called? Orange zest with chocolate. There's
Yeah.
people that eat I'm trying to find like wasabi with chocolate. It works.
Yeah, coffee with chocolate.
Coffee with chocolate, you knew that works. So,
Mhm.
so I don't know.
Eric just said his power went out.
But yeah, he can still text us.
Using his phone. That's not power.
I guess.
But I know that one thing with Colombians, I always find it weird, is that they'll put cheese in their coffee.
Well, technically that's milk.
Yeah, but it's like just trying to think about it. They'll put like it's called a queso frito. It's like a cheap cheese that doesn't really melt like a liquid.
Think of this way, okay? Colombian coffee are kind of earthy.
True.
And certain cheese are earthy and musty.
True.
So if you put the right cheese, that might be a good combination. Like, it's almost like, avocado. You have a piece of ice cream and you have espresso around it. You eat it just fine. So I can see that working.
Yeah, but there's nothing in the cigar that really screams like, all right, this is a weird combo. Everything meshes well.
Yeah, this one works well. And I'm really concerned how I'm gonna make a better one than this. And being someone that's just a reviewer, I don't do this for a living. I don't have a family history of 30,000 years to that blend and chew tobacco. It's just
It goes back. You use your brain of what you think will work, and it's like culinary. Same kind of concept. Whenever you're making a food or a dish, you got to make sure all the garnishes make sense with it. All the little the side dishes meshes well with the main entree. But there's a lot of attention to detail you got to do when it comes to creating an entree. That goes with cigars. That goes with bourbons. That goes with every type of consumables that's out there in the world. You got to make sure it works.
Right, but it's not every day that works.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking upstairs and downstairs, just keep walking, and I was thinking about a cigar, how I'm gonna make everybody happy. While I was watching Instagram with like inspiration quotes and stuff like that. And then while I was walking, and I was on here, you cannot make everybody equally happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I can't. I mean, if I make a Habano, people who want a Connecticut is not gonna be happy. If I make a Connecticut, people want a Habano or Oscuro, it's not gonna happy.
Yeah.
You cannot make people equal happy.
Yeah.
But the next sentence was like, wow. He says, but you could makes people equally unhappy. So, and I walked down. I was like, yeah, let's just make a Candela.
But yeah, it's like the whole thing with steaks too. Like we know somebody that likes well done, and that usually well-done steaks are the best thing to eat because it's
my wife don't even call that well done. Because my wife saw a meme, she called that congratulations. Congratulations, you have completely cooked that to nothingness. Congratulations. So she's like, why do people eat steak like congratulations? I was like, because.
But people like it, so you can't make everybody happy.
Aaron's like, no, we're not gonna make a green cigar. But Aaron, imagine we can make everybody equally the epicness of everybody. You make a cigar everybody love, and then you make a cigar everybody absolutely hates. That's still epic. That's still epic, I think. I think that hits that spot.
I mean, I have a buddy that loves Candelas, so it'll work with him.
Can't top me into it.
All right, Tony, that means we're gonna drop Eric and we're gonna bring me along and we're gonna make a Candela.
Candela Lancero. we'll do Candela Lancero unbanded.
Oh my god. I think Eric's gonna leave the Legion.
No, we do Candela Lancero in a Calibra Figurado with no bands.
In a paper box.
No, in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
I
You
think
hand everybody
Eric
stuff
might
like
work.
this. They're like little
Yeah.
sandwich bags.
Yeah. Without the zipper, it would just be heat sealed. So once you open, you're screwed. You can't put it back.
Instead of putting
Yeah,
a Bovito, you put a dehumanized, whatever you call it.
You even
Humidifier.
silicone bag. Silicone
Yeah.
bag. Shrink wrapped. And then you put like those like really fine sprinkles, confetti in there as padding. Just give me really the best cigar and go straight to shit. That's what I'm saying. See, it goes like the polar opposite, right? You make the best cigar you can make, and you make the worst thing that you can possibly make.
And you give them a complimentary lighter, and it'll just be a big lighter.
That will be everybody be equally unhappy.
An SSL big lighter.
I will be unhappy if that's the case. I'll be unhappy if that's the case. That's the thing, right? It's hard. It's hard to
He's
find
everybody.
the right thing. I don't even know if I still want to go through making the cigar kind of thing the second time. It's a full-time job. It's just so much work. I feel like a lot of time was just burned, right? It was burned out. It's gone. So
But yeah, the cut
think
time.
about how much life you have. Okay, think about like I'm in my 40s, so now on average I probably have 20-40 years left. So if I have 20 years left, I can only make 10 more cigars before I die.
Because if it's on average 18 months, yeah. It's probably
It could
take
take
us
longer.
18 months.
If I never find
Yeah.
the blend, it take longer. Right, 10 more cigars before I die. If I live to 80, I only got 20 more cigars before I die.
Yeah, because with every blend you make, you got to make sure it's not the same as the one before. So that's going to be more time to make sure you're trying to make a blend that doesn't match what already you made.
Mm-hmm.
So that does take more time, and especially if you go for if you make a different, obviously a Habano, Connecticut, whatever. Obviously that's a different project. That's ground up again. But then if you make another Maduro, you gotta take time. All right, we've already used this combination. How is this gonna work with this combination? Right now with this combination, and you're okay. It tastes similar. I gotta tweak it so it can be a different, but not too different where it's bad that people will like it. So you already made a Maduro that everybody likes. So how can you top that? So it's gonna be it's a back and forward type of thing. It's gonna be hard to do it.
I don't know. Eric's like leave the legacy to me. No, guess what, Eric? If I die, you gotta work with my wife. I was a guy. She's gotta put like freaking Hello Kitty on that shit.
Hell yeah.
She's gotta work with your girl. Put La Boo Boo on top of it. La Boo Boo special edition. So I don't know. So like after the event, I feel like the stress is definitely. I have a different kind of stress. First, it was put it out there stress. Now it's to beat this particular cigar stress. You say you can't make this blend again. Is that correct? We can. It's just that large amount. We can't guarantee the quality of the cigar, right? So we can't make a lot of it. We can remake it, but Eric does not want to. Eric wants a legacy, a history, a thing. It's just that. It's just one time and leave a mark on your mind, and that's it.
Yeah, Go ahead.
My particular thought on that is I don't like I think a good thing all good thing eventually come to an end, but shouldn't we make it so that more people can enjoy it? Now that's the thing. The market, it depends on the market, should show us whether or not this thing deserves more people to try it. Right? So if this thing takes 2-3 years to sell 500 boxes, I guess people don't really care about that much. There's no point, right? But if this thing sells 500 boxes in within a year, that's a lot of cigar. I mean, that means people do like it. People want to try it. People want to continue with it, and that might have say something about it. I don't know.
Like, it's like how I feel with like the Sangre Nueva. I like the cigar, but because of the rarity of I was getting the Cameroon and all the other ingredients that go into the cigar, it's a quote unquote regular production, but it's not that regular because obtaining all the leaves for it, the hassle. So it's like you could get it in maybe another 2 or 3 years because last time we talked with Lewis, he says we'll think about obviously releasing more in about 2+ years, but over time, obviously, again, crops changes and things could be tweaked a certain amount, and it may not be the same cigar. It's the same thing with the whole Liga stuff. Liga at one point was great cigars, but the tobacco now for Ligas aren't the same as the 2000s.
Yeah, you
or the
literally
2010s.
just have to keep waiting for people to say, "Hey, this is the bale of tobacco we'll have this year," and you go try it. It's good enough. If not, wait till next year. Now you have to keep going through that cycle to make it, and it's all pure chance. It's all pure chance. When you get good stuff, you get good stuff. It's not like it's like cooking a dish where like they all will taste somewhat close because the sauce, right? The sauce is made to taste the same, but this thing doesn't have a sauce. It's pure. It's like eating rice with nothing on it. So
Yeah, because you can only grow a crop on the soil for so long before that soil becomes unrich, and then you gotta give it a lot of time, so up to 10 years for it to enrich itself again, for it to give out crop to how it used to be.
Eric said legacy is an imprint. Now, here's a problem, and this is why everybody needs to send email and message to Eric every single day until he changes his mind. Is that you can only leave the imprint of this where this product touch. If this product doesn't move away to more people, doesn't last long enough to get to people, it only imprints a few people. If this has more out there, it touches more people, not the weird way. It will leave a legacy. Oh, what you think? Tell me if you want, Caroline, if you need a simple that you need to get tobacco anytime, anywhere. What are you talking about? If you need core line, you mean? Tell me if you want a core line. You need a simple blend that you get tobacco anytime, anywhere. Okay. To me, if you want a core line, you need your simplest blend that always have that kind of tobacco. Doesn't matter what grade it is, it will keep continue to make that same thing. Man, Eric, you need to check your autocorrect because it's impossible to read this shit.
Do you like after losing power? Do you lose brain cells too?
To me, it's after
Convenient cigar.
It's assault after convenient cigar. You can't get the fun of part of collecting. Oh my god!
I only talk to people with power.
Yeah.
Broken.
When you say it's part of the fun of collecting cigar, but 500 boxes of cigar with us taking like 30 boxes, it's not a lot out there for people to even know that existed. And yes, few people might have a few boxes and then they'll share with people that they enjoy it with. But that few people isn't gonna know thousands of people. And you can only have that kind of exposure if you let it enough to flow around. Right? If you like enough to flow around. So, but for the people that know existed, they will share, they will love, and they will cherish it. Maybe, but don't you think that if you have more out there, whoever cherished it can share or can ask them to go try some, and more people enjoy it, you leave an actual legacy. Because most cigar out there, it's not really once and done. They're like maybe 2 or 3 years and done, right? And even that, there's a cycle. Like even the Dragon, you never tried it. Okay, they came out with that 12 years later. But in between, they give you every Zodiac in between. They continue to have other cigars in between. So like I don't know, like your thought of legacy and my thought of legacy is different. Your thought of legacy is to save 500 people in your town. That's your legacy. My legacy, I wanted to save an entire country. You want to save 500 people. Where the 500 people will eventually die out and nobody will remember you. But I want to save an entire country where they will continue to pass down that legacy.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So that's where we differ. Now, I wouldn't be as troubled as now had we made like $3,000, because $3,000 is a lot. It's gonna last years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we can do is 500. So like I feel like, like just one time and gone. It's like having a great general that went to one war and never came back.
Yeah.
Could have fought multiple wars, leave a true legacy. But this general went out there, fought, and never came back. Fought a great battle.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's like it's good to have, like, yes, it's good to have your limiteds here and there, but you also would like to get to the point where down the line, 5, 10, 15, 30 years from now, like brand recognition, where at least people would know 50 years from now, 100 years from now, oh, this company came out with their first line. Now it's a sought after thing, or just for the boxes. People sometimes box hunt for stuff in all types of collection statuses. It's good to have that recognition where I know this is gonna be a good cigar. But we have like multiple and you know what I mean. It has like a legacy, a part of it. Like once you see that emblem, all right, I know what I'm gonna get myself into. But if it's very few number, only a few people will be like, oh, I've seen that emblem before. That's gonna be a good cigar.
I think, in my opinion, all the brands that has left a legacy, they didn't leave legacy because they have one good cigar. They left a legacy because they have a good core or great core that everybody started out at one time smoked it. I think that's what left a legacy. So that cigar can continue even after I'm gone.
Because the recipe will always
I'm not
be there.
here to make that cigar anymore, but the core will continue, right? Whoever takes over will have the core continue.
Like the Davidoff late hour, like for me, the Camacho broadleaf. Yes, they have their cores where their comfort and it's gonna be good no matter how many times you buy it.
Yeah. Now, Crypto Night says, would you put the cigar in the high end lane? Now, if it's the brand, obviously we just make one cigar, right? But if you want to compete against any other cigar out there in terms of tobacco, and say this is a high end tobacco cigar, high end cigar, $19 range, $20 range, I don't think the cigar will lose to anybody. I think it will very easily compete in the high end lane. Now, granted that our brand is not high end yet, but the cigar is definitely high end. It will beat a lot of cigar out there. And I think I can safely say that. I'm not saying that the other cigars are not good, but I think they will beat a lot of cigars. There obviously there are cigars that's better than this, yes.
Mhm.
But I think this will compete against a lot of good cigars.
Mhm. And that's just the thought that I just basically just hit me right now, is that the fact that this is a competitive industry. Sometimes some people are very helpful and trying to build other brands. There's some other companies who are very cutthroat. And if you're trying to compete with nothing but limited editions, people could take that as a way. It's like, all right, this company is great. Yeah, they release a lot of great cigars. But once the cigar is gone, it's gone. We have cores that's always going to be this profile. So why go with this company if you come to me that will give you consistency no matter the time you want it? You want it 5 years from now, you want it 10 years from now, you guys will get it. But if you want this flavor that they're great at, you guys only have maybe a 2-4 year window to obtain it. I'm just thinking about like the if I was on the other side of the foot, I'm trying to compete. All right, they want to do that. This is how I could counter that company.
Now I see that Eric has this thought that people will always think that this boy don't play and stuff like that. I really don't think consumer care about that. I didn't care about that. If limited edition comes out, I buy it, but I wouldn't think that these boys don't play, right? There are some cigars that I bought, and then I really enjoyed it. I go out of my way to find a little bit more after knowing that it's good. But if I don't smoke it for a couple of years, I already forgot about it. And I can name a few that I literally forgot about it. I no longer look for it. I'll talk about it maybe once in a while. But
yeah, like I remember when this was out.
Years.
Yeah, I remember when they came out, I bought boxes of it. Now, I already went through all my boxes, and now, it's not obtainable.
Okay. I want to talk about ethanol. Ethanol is still relevant is because you guys can still find it. If you can't find it for a couple more years, you forgot about it.
Yeah, once it hits like 2027, 20, or even 2030, once ethanol becomes very rarity, like the Odo Blanco. Odo Blanco went up, because now there's not that many left. Once they're done with Odo Blanco, it's just gonna be more like a little memory, and then after a while, they're just gonna forget about the Odo Blanco, and then they're gonna look about their core lines, the late hour, the Churchills, the Yamasas, and the things that are constant. That's gonna be a little memory where people in a distant future, like in 2040, 2050, they're not even gonna talk about Odo Blanco. They'll probably say, "Oh, in the history side, we made a cigar that was $500." But then say, "Oh, okay, how does that taste?" Well, that crop was in 2001. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay, and then it's just brushed under the rug.
And people who never tasted it wouldn't care.
Mm-hmm.
I want to answer Mike's question. Is the reason why the final third most of my cigars being bitter because I smoked them too fast? Was that nature of the cigar being final third? It takes me 90 minutes to smoke a Toro. Number one, 90 minutes is pretty quick for a Toro. A Toro, hour 40, hour 45 should be the range. If you smoke 90 minutes, that's like my speed. That's quick. Number two, the reason that they're bitter is because your cigar's wet. So you create a lot of soot that gets filtered by your last third of your cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to burn to that point, you're burning soot. So it tastes kind of bitter.
That happened to me, what was it, on Sunday with Yasuke, when we bought over there in Phoenix.
Did I even smoke that cigar? Where's that cigar? I bought it. I don't remember where it is.
What I didn't know was Marlon Wayne made it. One of the Wayne brothers, the one from
White
Chicks.
I can't find it.
Yeah, the guy from White Chicks.
With you.
Yeah, I smoked it just to see how it was for Sunday, and it was interesting. Did not
I was
like at
where
all
the
the
hell
first
is that
third.
cigar? I can't find it. I had to search for it. I don't know where it is. I might have left it on table and never smoked it.
Because I had a conversation yesterday with my wife. She's like, "Oh, how many celebrities smoke cigars?" I'm like, "You'd be surprised. A lot of celebrities are into cigars." I was looking at the list.
Anybody who ever celebrated, okay, anybody who's ever anyone that has celebrated has probably at one time celebrated with a cigar.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about people who are like actual cigar smokers, like actually partake, occasionally or regularly.
Quite a bit.
Which
They
I
don't like
saw.
to talk about it because I mean it's like a taboo to be someone that's smoking the industry.
Mm-hmm. But I saw that on the list was J-Lo, Rihanna, Ben Affleck, obviously Arnold. But then I saw Marlon Wayne. I'm like, oh, Marlon Wayne, that's kind of cool. Watching a lot of his movies growing up. And they said, oh, Marlon Wayne also released his own project, which is Yasuke. And I just smoked it yesterday on Sunday. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? That's his cigar?
J-Lo and P. Diddy will smoke a lot more than a cigar.
He will smoke a lot of baby oil.
They smoke things that doesn't produce any smoke.
Yep.
So,
Like
yeah,
Tupac.
I don't know. Going back to
Biggie.
the topic, I feel like I just feel like what my definition of leaving a legacy is very different than Eric's leaving a legacy. I'm pretty sure we'll find a common ground.
Mhm.
And the thing about Etherfall is that you can't guarantee they're never gonna make another one again. They might. They just might make more.
Like right now with Placencia, the whole Alma de Cielo, and that's kind of sort of a legacy in a sense because it's one of the first cigars that was cultivated in a basically like a mountain, high elevation. That's a talking point.
I think that cigar is not coming back.
For the Cielo.
Cielo, yeah.
Yeah, even if it doesn't, that's still going to be a legacy because they're the first company ever to do a high elevation cigar. So that's something that's going to be a talking point for a couple years, and then it will
But
obviously dwindle.
If it's a farm that's on high elevation, especially for Placencia, it does not mean nobody else can get that tobacco. They might be the first one, but to me, that cigar is quite disappointing for $30-something.
Yeah.
If that cigar was in the $20 range, like $21, okay, $30-something.
Yeah, I agree.
Using a different location for farm.
Yeah, I enjoy the cigar, but the price point, it definitely drives you away from it. Despite it being good, it's just like it has to make sense. Like with me, the Etherfall, I love the experience I get with it. I understand it. 65 is still too steep, but I also kind of get it. It's a good cigar, really good cigar.
I can tell you, if I make a cigar for $65, it'll be one time and done. It'll be one time and done. Because if I had to rate the cigar to be that expensive, I went through some serious shit to make it. For sure. If I had to make a cigar that price.
Is the Maduro from Davidoff core, or is that limited release?
It's not limited release, is timed release or like a short release.
Okay.
So what happened is they had the Maduro before. This release is not the first time. They had it before. And then they stopped for a while, I guess, to tweak it because the first one doesn't taste like this one. And they released it again. I guess this time they fixed whatever the problem was using certain tobacco and then released this one. But before it was different. I think before the blend was different. So they changed up the blend so that's more sustainable. And then they had a more of a shorter release, a smaller release, but they continue to release it. I don't think it's gonna be a one time and done because it fits their darker cigar portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because right now their dark cigar mostly in the Camachos, and they have the late hours and that's pretty much it. And the Asquero.
Yeah.
Right? Asquerio.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only dark cigar. And in order to kind of fit in the market where the trend is going to a darker cigar, they need to have a darker cigar. But they definitely went through something in order to justify a $50 price tag. Because, like I said, that's twice the late hour. And late hour, it's not easy to make. Late hour, you had to make it. You had to age in the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That I think that's more work than a aged tobacco put together as Maduro. So they definitely have that result. That I'm gonna work. That's why I say if I had to release a cigar, and because I went through so much shit, I'm gonna charge $60 something. I'm doing it one time and never again, because that's enough shit that I gone through. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
At least that's for me. I wouldn't want to do it again. Okay. When it comes to rubbing baby oil on the cigar, our cigar is oily enough. Camping, you should know. Our cigar is oily enough that does not need any other oil on there. Besides, I'm pretty sure baby oil wouldn't taste good burn.
Nah, it's gonna have some hard chemical taste.
But hey, if Eric want to do that on a Tuesday, decide to put some baby oil and test it out, let me know. I will watch it. I'll watch it. The Maduro beats out late hour all day. I don't even buy the late hour anymore. To you, maybe. I think some people is more price conscious. Like the other day we talked about someone, but I forgot what cigar they were smoking. Oh, the society. And the question was, would you buy one society or would you buy 5 of other cigars? And they said they'd rather buy 5 IGS. Right? Some people rather have a 4-hour enjoyment versus a 1-hour enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose between 2 late hours and a Maduro, I'd probably go for 2 late hours. On a special occasion, I would go for the Maduro. On a regular, just a Tuesday afternoon, give me 2 late hours. Or me going to my, a family house or a friend's house for a barbecue, give me a late hour.
Yeah.
Or
I
give
mean,
me an
I have
IGS.
Maduro. I enjoy the Maduro, but I still like the late hour more than Maduro. That's just me.
I like the Maduro more. But for the conveniency, late hour obviously is more in the forefront.
Right? Because I can definitely buy Maduro. I bought a box of Maduro.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show this
that's
to
why I have
Eric when he was
leftover.
on. I did a purchase today, and I did this purchase.
Is that Dubai?
Yep.
So yeah, everybody have a different thing. I mean, I can buy Maduro. It doesn't break my bank, but I much rather have late hours. I don't know. I just got used to that flavor, I guess.
It's a damn
depends
good
on the
cigar.
Right. It depends on the person. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
It's all about the moment. Yeah, I think it's more all about the moment. Like once you're established and everything, financially wise, then obviously you have a lot more leeway to get the things you want to get. And sometimes quantity beats quality, and there's days where quality will beat quantity. It all depends on your feeling.
In terms of selecting goods, I don't think quantity ever beats quality. But that's not to say that.
Well, the spectrum of it.
That's not to say that late hour is not a quality cigar.
That's what I'm trying to say. When it comes to the that spectrum between, you have $50, would you rather spend $50 on just one Maduro, or would you rather get 2 late hours? So you get more quantity. That's what I'm trying to say in that kind of aspect.
I think it depends on what you enjoy. It's not really the quantity. It's what you enjoy, right? Like I enjoy the broadleaf from Camacho a lot. I smoked that quite a bit. But that's not a very expensive cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I can get more quantity of that. But it does not say that's a bad quality cigar.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like that as in like it's a bad quality. I'm talking about like the quality of that moment. Do you want you're gonna get good quality?
What you're doing.
Yeah,
that depends on what you're doing, right? So like put an example. Alma Forte is a great cigar. You can buy 2.5 Alma Forte before you buy Maduro. So do you not enjoy Alma Forte? Right? You will enjoy that any day.
Yeah.
So it depends on
the mood,
what you enjoy, and whatever the situation is that you're in, that's up to you. You create that situation, right? Nobody else create that situation for you, but you decide to go to party. You decide to hang out with a bro. you decide to sit on your own and just enjoy a cigar. That you create that situation. Cigar is the same. You choose, right? Today I feel like to eat a steak. I create that situation. Today, outside is kind of muggy and whatever. I decide to eat a lasagna. Lasagna is not. It's not gonna beat a steak, but it fits the situation, right? So it's just what kind of situation you create for the cigar. You have to create the event and give a meaning to the cigar. And obviously you gotta buy a cigar of quality, right? So the quantity is not the problem; it's quality, it's availability to you. And this is why Aaron needs to understand availability. Imagine something is being celebrated, and I want to enjoy this event with ITS. Well, guess what? That cigar discontinued like 3 years ago. Good luck finding it. Now you just missed the opportunity. ITS has just missed opportunity to be at one good significant event. Right. So, and here's the thing. Aaron said he's a hunter and he goes out and find whatever cigar he wants and here's and there. But not everybody's like that. Some people are like me. I have a handful of cigar shop that I go to and I don't go to any other one.
Yeah, I'm not a hunter myself. Like I'll hunt particular stuff. Like I don't mind hunting like at the fall, but there's classifications of smokers, and you need to make sure you try to appease a great percentage of them. Obviously, there's a lot that they're very straight to the point with what they want. Like there's people who are just only padron smokers. You can't turn them, or you could kind of slightly lean them, but they keep on going back to the padron. But then you have your regular people who are just your newbies. You have your consistent smokers. You have people who are willing to try, and then you have your hunters. You got to find a way to get, obviously, satisfy the hunters, but satisfy a larger percentage of people who are not just a brand only person, but more of a spectrum, everyday smoker. You can just have an everyday smoker. You got to make sure you give them stuff that they can have, a lot of accessibility to, no matter what. To be a high profile or like regular profile, you got to make sure your high profiles are available for those individuals who will want to do like a wedding. Because I know a lot of weddings will have they'll buy a box or two, and at the wedding itself, they leave the box open and people take and smoke at that celebration. That's something I want to do. In the near future, when I have my wedding, obviously I'm gonna have ITS. I'm gonna have 2 boxes of ITS open. And then anybody wants to take, they could grab a cigar and we could chit chat, all that kind of sorts.
I'm trying to figure out what he tried to say. Well, first of all, when you say you need to expand your horizon where you get your cigar, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm an impulse buyer. If I see it, I like it, I'll buy it. I don't want to go search for it. I go to the same place, same all the time. If I see it, I get it. Finding a cigar shouldn't be that stressful. The second part, who is Julie? Who is Julie? Tell Julie I am not interested in everyday smoker. They go to smoke bundles and anything that's on the shelf. They have like a whole bunch of cigars, like stuff. I don't know. You need to stop using the voice typing thing because you have accent just as much as I do.
It's kind of weird because my mom's name is Julie.
I think what he tried to say is actually.
Yeah.
He says tell Julie. I don't know. Everyday smoker that goes smoke bundles eventually may expand out of their horizon. So you don't want to count them out. I mean, we all started somewhere. Who's Julie?
You want me to call my mom and tell her that you're not interested in cigars? She's like, Rick, what the fuck are you calling me? Who the fuck is Eric?
I
mean, not every everyday smoker is a bundle person. I'm not a bundle person, and I'm an everyday smoker. I tend to go towards cigars that I'm more comfortable with. And yes, I also, I browse and I also impulse buy whenever I see something that's brand new that has a great looking band, and I will then add it into my repertoire, what I enjoy. But whenever I go for cigar shops that I go to, I usually go for comfort, and then I go for new ones.
I don't think that's what he meant by everyday smoker. I think what he meant by everyday smoker is just below average smoker. And that even that's the wrong word. It's just people who smoke bundles, who smoke, whatever whatever that fits the bill, right? He's not talking about people who smoke every day. I smoke every day. You smoke every day. A lot of people smoke every day. And just because you smoke every day doesn't mean you don't smoke high end, or it does not mean you don't smoke low end either. Right? Cigar. But like I said, this is where we don't see eye to eye. Whatever what we see eye to eye, me and Eric, is that we want to create the best thing we can create. We see that eye to eye. Fine. As to get into whose hand and who end up smoking it, that's the difference. Right? To make the best thing you can create with what you have is the goal of the project.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do that. That's fine. We're eye to eye on that. But what we don't see together eye to eye is the direction with that
Accessibility.
Right? He wanted to make sure that the cigar only get to the select few who have, number one, ability to afford it. Number two, who pay attention enough to try it. Right? And that's what he does. And that's what he wants. But for me, I wanted to get to as many people as possible. I wanted to get that everybody knows that this is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I don't think that leaves the right impression. And for example, okay, cell phone, Virtue. You know what I'm talking about? Which one? The like few $1,000s ago, the cell phone. Only the select few holds it. It's a piece of shit phone. It's a piece of shit phone, but select few has it. Nobody ever talks about it, but select few has it.
Like with the shop I go to, that shop is a shop. Everybody who goes there and hangs out there, they know cigars. There's been so many times where I go to that shop and I always meet a new face or new stories, or how this person hung out with Arturo Fuente, how this person hung out with this person. Smokers go there, and I know if once I do have that shop carry ITS, they're gonna like it. But then they're gonna ask, okay, what's next? In 5 years, how can I get this cigar again? It's good. I want more of this. I want to just have this in my humidor at all times. And then to tell them, like, well, once it's gone, it's gone. Sometimes it might drive people away. Okay, why should I commit if I can't get this on the line? I want to smoke this regularly, but knowing that I know it's not going to be always, regular production, I have to savor it.
I think even Eric had those times where it's like, oh, I don't want to try certain cigars. Like it's like, hey, Tony, don't send me those Chinese cigars because if I like it, I can't get them. And that's the situation.
It's like
I think
me right now with ethyphols. Like I have 3 ethyphols right in my humidor. I know I could buy more, but it's like I already know. Even if I do buy more, if I smoke them 5 years from now, I can't buy no more. So I gotta smoke those cigars that I truly love on very special occasions. But yes, I cherish it more. Yeah, I cherish it more.
I don't believe in get it while you can on the good stuff. If it's good, it's like, hey, get the toilet while you can, because after that you got to shit on the ground. If it's good stuff, it should be made. It should be brought to the masses. That's what I believe. Right? How would you like if they decide to say, you know what, only the select few can have toilet. You can't have toilet. Or access to water. Only select few has access to water, but you don't.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why I keep on using the Sangre Nueva as a good example, because yes, it's limited, but then it comes back and it'll be limited. But it's like
Sangre Nueva is not really limited. It's what happened. That's what happened when you run out of tobacco.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That once the tobacco comes back, it will be back for production for a limited time because of that particular blend. But then again, they have to wait a couple years to get all the ingredients again, so it comes back and forward. It's like I'm not too worried about smoking my whole box in a certain amount of time, because I know, all right, down the line, I'll have it available to me again. With ITS, it's like I know once the box is gone, and if yes, I'll buy probably another box or two down the line. It's like once all 500 boxes are gone, it's like shit. I have 10. I have 10. ITS left. I don't want to smoke it.
How can I compare cigar to toilet? Because cigar, toilet and water is something everybody have, so it's easier. And when you say I'll make sure I get it before everyone else can, you're not born in the year where toilet was invented. So if that was the case, if they release toilet one time and never again, only certain houses has it, and you don't have it, you're not gonna get it because you were born too late. I'm sorry about that. You're born too late. That's the case. People who's born a few years later down the line, they finally started smoking cigar too late.
Yeah, like when I have kids, obviously I want to have my kids get into cigars. Let it be either a daughter or a son, and I want to have them smoke cigars that I smoked growing up. It was gonna be hard.
Pretty sure that other company making something else, bro. Making other cigar is not like we stop. You gotta understand that too. I know we're not gonna stop. What I don't like is that a good thing just dies. Like like I say, it's like having a general. Let's say you are a king. You have a knight. It's like a great general. This general is good. This is the best general. You went like the Romance of Three Kingdoms. You find your perfect, warrior, and you just let that warrior fight one battle and never again. Never again. Just one battle. You get to use it one battle, and that one battle is epic. But all you have is left with. Okay,
I can explain better. This is a better explanation, so he could actually understand. It's like when we play Summoner's War, and we're going through a siege. When you do the siege, you got to make sure that team you're using is good, because once you use those 3 characters, you cannot use those 3 characters ever again for the rest of that siege. You got to be very mindful of that siege.
Yeah, imagine you can only use your character one time. The entire game. Throughout the next 5 years, you can only use one time. You will never use that character. In fact, you probably I wish I never get it because I feel bad using it.
Because again, when you use that one character, next thing you know, you finally tear down those defenses. The next defense is like, damn it, this character could have annihilated that tower, but I can't use that character anymore because I used it in battle number 3.
It's not compared to game. We just give you examples. Right? There's so many examples like where you use one good thing, you wish you had more. And a lot of times it's out of your control. But at the same time, just like Sangre Nueva, if you make something good and into a core line, now you're dealing with availability of tobacco. And this is why Sangre Nueva was gone for like 2 years. Right? Whatever you're smoking is whatever left over outside. But they couldn't find tobacco for it. When we were there, they were looking for tobacco. They were making phone calls while we're there. Try to get tobacco. Tobacco is out there, is scarce, man. It's like a cutthroat battle. Who gets it first? Who had the higher bid? Whatever that you can get the tobacco, then you get to make the cigar. If not, you're screwed. The allocation is cutthroat. And here's another reason why Eric cannot just smoke ITS now. He had to smoke every other kind of cigars to figure out what's our next cigar. Eric, if all you smoke is our own cigar, how are you gonna know what the next cigar is gonna be? Tell you, I get bored of core line, not interesting anymore. I know you think about other people, but I think the way I think when I collect cigar and smoke cigar, but that's the thing. You are a very small amount of cigar nerds out there. All right, you represent a very small section of cigar nerds out there. We all do. Anybody who rewatching this, you represent a very small amount of cigar smokers. Okay, there's only I don't know, 2% of the U.S. population smokes cigars, and you only, maybe 100,000 cigar smokers that actually watches online stuff.
Yeah,
nerd out about cigars.
And that's why I use the example. I use Tim as an example as he's the PewDiePie of the cigar world because he has the most followers, and there's not many people out there in the world that has that followership because again we're a very niche community, and like my taste preference is different than the 100,000 that smokes. You know, I like dessert style. There's quite a bit of people who do like dessert style. There's quite a bit of people who like the earthy base, the leather base, the spice based. We're all our own small little niches within this community. But then again, you have the hunters. That's also a small percentage as well.
What I can tell you is that most likely, I think maybe 80% chances that next cigar is still gonna be a limited edition. And that's the direction we're going. However, when will the next special edition coming out? I don't know. Until we find the right one, it might never come out. It might never come out, right? Because it's a lot easier to choose a cigar that you and the partner both are smoking the same type of cigar. But Eric doesn't like naturals. Eric doesn't like lighter cigars. Eric doesn't smoke a lot of lighter cigars, to be honest. Every lighter cigar he smokes, he probably hates. So for us to come here another one, that's why I am worried with the reason is that I smoke a certain amount of lighter cigar and I enjoy. And for him, I think less than 1% of the light cigar he enjoys.
Have you ever thought about doing like what Padron did with the 60th? One Maduro, one natural. Maybe have an edition where one is more suited to what you want, like a natural style, and then a more darker that will fit Eric style.
Well, that's the problem. Okay, the thing is that in order to do some project like that, number one, you need to have the budget. Okay, so let's put that budget aside. That everybody already know that. Number two is have the selective tobacco of anything you want on hand, because not every combo works. Like I said, we just changing one binder, the cigar went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, one binder, cigar went to shit. That means you need to try every single combination until you find an acceptable one. And to be honest with you, I think when they make the lighter and the darker one, it's just so that people who the lighter one can kind of smoke it. Not necessarily they think that the flavor was top tier. It's so that it's good enough to smoke. So I don't want to make a cigar like that. I don't want to be able to sit down and go, we're gonna go multiple direction, every direction possible to do that. Because it's just two of us. We don't have a whole factory of like 50 people to do that. Right? We have two of us. And both of us had to agree on it to release a cigar, right? Both of us had to like it. Both of us had to enjoy the cigar in order to do that. And I don't think that's gotta be an easy thing to do. I don't even think it's gotta be one trip. That's the thing. Aaron needs to start smoking all kind of different lighter tobacco combinations, find the flaw in it, find the good in it, and finally we can put it together. And that's the hardest part, is to be able to do that. Like, we have years and years of review experience and know what we want when it comes to Maduro. But I don't think we agree when it comes to lighter cigar. Right. Aaron, go ahead. Name one light cigar. Name one Habano cigar that you absolutely love. Just name one Ecuadorian Habano cigar that you absolutely love. This thing will beat anything. It's hard. It's hard. He can probably name 5 or 6 Maduros.
Yep. Nope. Don't ask me that.
Right. He can probably name 5 or 6 Maduros off his hands easy. But when we gotta make something else, he can't. And that's the problem. And this is why I'm so concerned. Like, do we just kill this baby and go into our years of searching for the next blend? Or do we make this available until we do find it?
I mean,
right? You see what I'm saying? Do we go to an endless search until we find it while there's nothing going on? Or do we make this particular blend available until we find it and it's gone?
Yeah, I can maybe see like as the search is happening, if a lot of stalemates happening, if a lot of stalemates happen, do like another limited release of like maybe 250 boxes just to buy more time, just to find that perfect blend for the next one.
Right? I think that's the tough part, and that's the decision that we have to kind of work with the possibility. But that possibility is only on the table if enough people smoke it. If nobody care about it and it takes forever to get rid of those boxes, then yeah, those boxes are still out there. I don't have to worry about it.
True.
Right? But if those boxes goes out fast, okay, year 2, you already don't have it. Now what? You go on year 3, can't find it, nothing. Year 4, nothing. Year 5, when does it stop? When does it end? When does it end? So that's my concern. That's really the concern, is that when does it end? When is the end point? And I don't want to set an end point, because then you start to compromise. Okay, this is good enough. Let's release this, because we haven't released anything for a long time. It's tough. It's rough. We have a name for the cigar. We just don't have what we want with the cigar. That's a problem. Usually you have the name after you came out with the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a name for the cigar. Now the cigar had to live up to the name.
Yeah.
How do we live up to that name?
A lot of stress to it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's still. I know I'm gonna have endless amount of nights where I still argue with Eric about that.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, we got a few months to argue about it until we figure it out. And right now, here's the thing: a lot of people are right. ITS is not really out there yet. So we got some time to see how it goes.
Yeah, with more reviews coming out and obviously more attention to it, I'm doing my part to get it in other shops, and I know a lot of other people also speak that they're going to talk to their shop. So, you guys are doing your own marketing. People who are supporters and fans and friends and family are doing their part as well to help market it. So it's it's growing organically. It will get up there in due time.
But organic growth is slow, so that's the thing. It's got time, right? That's why I want to see other people's review, because based on other people's review, we might have a better idea where the cigar can go, which direction that can go. Once you know what people want instead. Because if you don't know what people like, if somebody just say, I love the cigar, I wish it was lighter. That's one hint that you should be making a lighter cigar. Well, people's like, I wish this thing was a pepper bomb, burn my nose off. Okay, maybe we should have made a habano. Maybe we should find a factory and start wiping wasabi on it.
True.
Right? So it all depends on the people who support it, who smoke this and give us the feedback. And that feedback is got to give us the direction to go. Because right now we don't have that. We have a thought, a drive, and the know-how to do it. If we would just make what we think is the best, Eric, we always make Maduro and nothing else. Right? If we just make what we want to smoke, we just have Maduro and nothing else. Because everything that we want will be so dark and bold and all flavor. That's it. People smoke what they want to smoke. These are experienced as reviewer, cigar smoker. Yeah, but Eric, you don't want to tell me that you're not gonna do any more reviews. I
it's
think what's important when it comes to make cigar is to make to focus on the roots of the cigar, not go crazy, but do what works. Right? I saw a Mike Hercula's video today talk about everybody just make all kind of same cigar, same, and how his cigar is different from anybody else. Right? That's what I also want to make too. I want to make a cigar that's different than everybody else. I want to make a cigar that solves the problem, right? And this is why ITO was made. It was solving the handful of problems that we have with cigars, and we fix those problems and make a cigar out of it. But then, in order to drive to the next point to get a next cigar out, we need to have a list of things that we want to fix.
Yeah, like a lot of advices I used to give a lot of people who are getting into the whole YouTube sphere, let it be from reviews to gaming to reactions, whatever. I always tell them be original and not being original, because they're entering a space where it's not really original. In the cigar industry, it's not original because there's hundreds of different brands out there. You got to figure out how to be original within that genre. So it's all right, everybody makes Habanos this way, everybody makes Maduros this way, everybody makes their Connecticut's this way. All right, how can I be different than those other companies? Just like with Espinosa, with the knuckle sandwich. They made a knuckle sandwich, Connecticut. It's a spice bomb. Not many Connecticut's have spice in it. That one was a little bit more pungent compared to other Connecticut's, so it's different than the rest. It's not, I don't, salt after it. I'm not a pepper person, but my uncle will 100% grab it because he loves pepper or spice. So they found a niche where, all right, we can make a Connecticut, a little bit more light, but it appeases the people who love spice bombs. So they found something that's not normal.
Let me just end the episode with this, because we want to solve a problem and we don't have a list of problems yet.
True.
What I really think is that there isn't a lot of good candelas out there. And I think that was a big problem we can solve. Okay, Eric? Since Eric is not here to defend himself, there is not a lot of good candelas out there. I think we can figure out how to fix that. All right.
Yeah, an actually good SSO candela.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Talk about fixing. I'm happy with your cigar. Then move on. Think about what's next. I'm just saying. Really? We'll find out. All right. So yeah, that is it for this particular episode. I hope you enjoy it. We'll come back next Tuesday with something else different. And yeah, enjoy your night. Smoke a good cigar. I'll see you guys next one. Bye, guys.
Hopefully someone has power next time.
Yeah.